Nigeria was tragically ill-prepared for the floods of 2012. It isn't difficult to see why when many factors are working against its readiness. The nation, for instance, is clearing its coastal rainforest at a rate of 3.5% of total area per year, which is destabilizing topsoil in the already problematic flood-prone delta regions. Its meteorological agency's Facebook page is being used as a promotion site for an employer's band, and the countryman culture suggests that even in crisis, staying with the land of forebears and honor is preferred to leaving in acts of apparent selfishness. For our analysis today, however, we will be discussing how Nigeria can leverage information technology to better handle like disasters in the future. In preparation, Nigeria should invest in its wireless towers. Internet growth is stagnant as many areas are so remote that landed development is too expensive. To reach these areas, cellular penetration will be vital. But it must also be robust, as militant groups frequently target towers to cause political disarray. Levees, dams, and other structures are too expensive, skill-intensive, and at this point in time not as valuable as increasing telecom bandwidth and increasing intra-nation communication. Increasing weather forecasting capacity is also key. They recently launched 2 satellites with radar imaging. By developing these technologies, they can increase flood warning lead time and avoid costly mispredictions as they did in 2011 and 2012. Both of these problems contribute to many being caught entirely off guard, as they are in the 2013 floods. Third, they should focus on improving social media presence, which is clearly lagging, to create a direct channel to the public. The NIMIT only has 2 channels online, while one is entirely uncredible, and its Twitter account was active for only 1 week 2 years ago. These 3 initiatives will yield the most benefit for Nigeria in their still nascent disaster preparation efforts.
We believe Nigeria should leverage its high cellular internet penetration to create better response capabilities. However, even though Nigeria has a high rate of mobile internet use at 31%, social instability in the region has proved detrimental to the sustained growth of infrastructure. We believe that the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMIT, should implement a bidirectional communication system that utilizes SMS and email alerts to better warn at-risk populations. The system would be bidirectional in that, in addition to announcing weather updates, it would poll users as to the severity of local conditions. Fortunately, there have been many international efforts in the development of such technologies. We would suggest that Nigeria looks towards Japan to emulate their disaster response system, such as the one deployed in 2011 during the earthquakes. Such systems include their nationwide refugee locator, a relief matching system, and a Twitter mining system for real-time monitoring of public opinions. In addition, mobile technology is relatively inexpensive, and convincing the Nigerian government to invest in these solutions should be very plausible. However, this brings up problems in addressing the large at-risk rural areas that are not as technologically developed. We recommend that in addition to sending out representatives on the ground to relay information, NIMIT develop communication systems that work over ad hoc networks. Such networks are inherently more flexible and resistant to attacks. Hopefully, by better monitoring populations in technologically advanced regions, NIMIT will have more human resources to distribute to underdeveloped areas.
While cellular infrastructure may be effective, the instability in Nigeria will create the need for other methods of communication. In 2007, Nigeria had its first transfer of leadership without a coup. But the evidence of prior instability within the country, coupled with riots and rebel groups, show that it will be difficult to ensure working infrastructure throughout the country. History has shown that cell towers have been a key target for rebel groups, and the government does not have the resources to defend them in a state emergency. To combat this, we recommend a system called Twimite. Twimite is an open-source Twitter-based application that allows people to send tweets from one phone to another via Bluetooth. Phones that are placed into disaster mode will communicate all tweets within one another, and once any phone reaches external communication, all tweets will be posted. This will enable a wealth of multiple messages to go all across the world. To assist in ad hoc networking, we recommend Nigeria invest in aerial drones to provide both network coverage and data recon. These drones would be able to provide messages from Twimite and would be able to provide brief methods of connectivity to rural and damaged areas. Additionally, these quadricopters would be able to provide pictures of damaged information that would make first responders more effective.
In the upcoming months after the disaster, Nigeria will want to focus on the recovery and the revitalization of the communities and families that the disaster affected. One specific system that we found to be a good way to make these relief efforts more efficient is Last Mile Mobile Solutions, or LMMS. LMMS is a digital system that replaces paperwork associated with the registration and the use of ration cards by printing out photo ID cards that are scannable and digitally store all the data about the rations that a certain person is able to receive. This system has been piloted in Africa, but has not been used very widely yet, and has yet to see a natural disaster of this scale. This system will make the rationing efforts more secure to ensure that no one cheats the system, as the system has often been cheated by people with very poor intentions. This will ensure that the rations are given out to the people who need them the most. This system is meant to be used in natural disaster situations and can be used without electricity and internet. This system will focus on providing long-run stability to a country that has been rocked by a natural disaster and needs to be as efficient with the relief efforts that they have.